The liberal government is trying to implement a carbon tracking system on their budget. Think of this like how restaurants tell us how much calories are in our food, but instead, this tracks how much carbon was burned to create your products. It's on page 467 of their budget and it's called Mobilizing Capital for Transition to Net Zero. And it's going to use something called green taxonomy, originally implemented in the UK. It's designed to prevent something they call greenwashing. See, they just put green in front of any random word and pretend it's a new thing. Anyways, greenwashing is when companies try to misrepresent how green their products actually are, aka how much of an environmental impact it has. To prevent that, the government wants to force these companies to track how much pollution was created during the making of their products, so they'll know exactly how much carbon went into producing certain products. Now, let's tie that back into what we know about digital ID. The government will be able to tie all of our purchases back to our digital ID. You combine these two systems, and the government will be able to track how much carbon went into creating the products that we buy. If they develop digital ID to the level of China, they could easily put a cap on the amount of carbon dioxide producing products we're able to purchase on a daily basis. And what do you know? This is on the World Economic Forum's website, it says it right here. Digital tracking and tracing of materials and goods. Why am I not surprised? Imagine if companies and consumers could simply swipe a QR code to access encrypted data that contains a product's unique digital ID. It says it right there on their website. This data could authenticate the products and its parts, place of origin, environmental and carbon footprint data, or biodiversity impact. They want to track our carbon footprint so they can limit our purchases, all in the name of saving the environment. This is the next step of their plan. And for you people that believe in climate change and think this is a great idea, they already tried this in the UK and it failed because it's way too expensive. The amount of money that would have to go into doing this would cripple any company. And if it did succeed, the amount of money that would need to be spent to track this would just pass on to the consumer. Once again, making everything more expensive for us commoners. It's just another tax, and they literally trying to force us to pay for our own enslavement. At this point, it's obvious. The EU was ground zero for all of these experiments, the UK specifically, and now Mark Carney and the rest of the WEF elites are going around the world trying to spread this sickness to other countries. Don't forget that these are the same people flying around on private jets telling us that we're burning too much carbon. This is completely ridiculous. We're just trying to feed our families and live our lives, and they are trying to limit our carbon. It's insane. It's the highest level of hypocrisy. So do not comply. Do not track your carbon. If you see this and you think that this is a good idea, you're wrong.